Le moment où j'ai vu Ethan se tromper à la porte, froid, ses yeux épaisses de confusion et de quelque chose d'autre que je ne pouvais nommer, j'ai senti mon cœur s'arrêter. L'air entre nous a devenu lourd, profond, avec un genre de tension que nous pouvions pas prétendre n'était pas là. Je n'ai jamais voulu que les choses deviennent compliquées, mais la vie, comme j'ai appris ce jour, ne tient pas toujours à l'autorisation. Avant de croiser les lignes, vous vous êtes dit que vous ne croiseriez jamais. Je devrais commencer au début. Je m'appelle Rachel. J'ai été divorcée de 38 ans et j'ai vécu une vie plus tranquille que je n'ai jamais imaginée. Ma sœur, Amanda, avait toujours été l'ambitieuse, des photos de famille parfaites sur les réseaux sociaux. Je l'admirais et même l'enviais parfois, mais après que son mari s'est éloigné, tout d'un coup, elle a commencé à se séparer. Entre son travail demandant et l'essai de maintenir la famille ensemble, elle m'a demandé si son fils de 19 ans, Ethan, pouvait rester avec moi pendant quelques mois pendant qu'elle avait les choses en ordre. J'ai agréé immédiatement. Ethan avait toujours été doux, poli, le genre de jeune homme que n'importe quelle tante serait fière. Les premières semaines étaient normales. Il m'a aidé autour de la maison, m'a fait rire avec son humour sarcastique et a passé la plupart de son temps à étudier ou à travailler. Je n'ai pas pensé à ce sujet jusqu'à une chaleur. Le matin de samedi, quand tout a changé, j'étais en train de sortir avec des amis en passant par un short denim que je n'avais pas porté depuis des années. Ça m'a fait sentir confiante, peut-être même un peu timide. J'étais en face du miroir en l'ajustant quand j'ai entendu la porte s'ouvrir. « Ah, hey, Aunt Rachel, have you seen? » Ah. Ethan's voice trailed off. Our eyes met in the mirror. My pulse quickened. I turned, startled, realizing how I must have looked, standing there in that skirt, my hair loose around my shoulders. Ah, I'm sorry. Ah, he stammered, backing up, but he didn't leave. For a second, neither of us moved. The silence between us wasn't awkward, it was charged. I laughed nervously and said, "It's fine, Ethan. You just scared me, that's all." I brushed past him, pretending everything was normal, but my heartbeat betrayed me. I could feel his gaze linger just a moment, longer before he finally muttered an apology and disappeared down the hall. That night, I couldn't stop thinking about that look, the confusion, the curiosity. I told myself I was imagining it. He was just a kid, my sister's son. But the next few days, something subtle shifted between us. He started helping me more, washing the dishes without being asked, bringing me coffee in the mornings, teasing me about my obsession with romantic comedies. The way he said my name, the way his eyes held mine a little too long, it all became impossible to ignore. One evening, after dinner, we sat on the porch watching the rain. The conversation drifted from light jokes to something deeper. He told me he missed his dad, that he didn't feel like he belonged anywhere anymore. I reached over, placing my hand on his, meaning to comfort him. But when his fingers tightened around mine, the warmth that spread through me wasn't the kind of comfort I expected. "Rachel," he said softly, almost a whisper, "you always know how to make me feel calm." That single sentence shattered every wall I'd built. I pulled my hand back, forcing a smile, trying to laugh it off. "You're sweet, Ethan, but I think it's time for bed." He nodded, but the way he looked at me before walking away made sleep impossible. I lay awake that night, staring at the ceiling, wondering when I had last felt truly seen. The loneliness I had ignored for years came crashing down. It wasn't just about Ethan, it was about everything I had lost: love, intimacy, connection. The next morning, things were quiet again. We both pretended nothing had changed, but we both knew better. He went about his day, respectful as always, yet every glance felt electric. I caught myself putting extra effort into my appearance, telling myself it was harmless, just a confidence boost, but deep down, I knew it was more. A week later, Amanda called, saying she'd be visiting soon to take Ethan home. I felt relief and disappointment the night before she arrived. Ethan and I found ourselves in the kitchen, cleaning up after dinner. The tension between us had grown unbearable. When our hands brushed over a glass, I froze. So did he. For a long second, we just looked at each other. There was something unspoken, a storm we both felt but knew we couldn't let break. "I'm gonna miss this place," he said quietly. "You'll visit?" I replied, trying to sound casual. He hesitated, then smiled, a little sadly. "Yeah, maybe I shouldn't." And just like that, the moment broke. We both laughed awkwardly and went back to cleaning, pretending not to feel what we felt. The next day, when he packed his bags and hugged me goodbye, I held on a little too long. I could feel his heartbeat against mine, fast and unsteady. When he pulled away, his eyes met mine, full of questions neither of us dared to ask. After he left, the house felt unbearably empty. I caught myself walking past his room, lingering at the door, remembering his laughter echoing through the hall. I told myself it was just loneliness, that I had been vulnerable, that emotions can trick you into feeling things that aren't real, but part of me wondered if maybe, in some strange way, that moment had reminded us both what it meant to feel connected again, even if it was wrong, even if it could never be spoken aloud. Weeks passed and life slowly went back to normal. Amanda